Namasteacher. It's been quite a while since I've published my last video, and I think I wanted to give myself some time to reflect, to read more, to understand more different environments for children. And for me, the most important thing of all is that I'm back. I'll try to be as current and as periodic as possible. However, life of a teacher, you never know, especially nowadays. And this is what I want to talk to you about. Any adults around? Grab a chair, okay? Children around, listen a little bit, because we're going to be talking about you as usual. Now, my philosophy in this channel is that every opportunity around you is a learning opportunity. And this is pretty much a growth mindset. Everything you see before you is an opportunity for growth. I'm not talking about economical growth. I'm talking about personal growth. I'm talking about making your synapses in the brain go faster, scientifically speaking, but making you more flexible to make connections, to make you more adaptable. That's been the success of the human species, being adaptable. We've been a little bit lazy in the last 50 years or so. And we've been faced with an extreme change. Now, how can we as adults support children? I'm not going to discuss online learning, how effective it can be or how ineffective some people consider it. Because either learning with face-to-face, with the presence of the teacher and other people's there, or online, both of them have to have a common ground, engagement. Not only engaging children with a multitude of colors and singing and dancing, but engaging them with their own language, with their own understanding, with how they think, how they make mistakes and how to correct them, learn from the mistakes. A mistake is not a problem. It's a step in the right direction, okay? And all of this is very important for all of ourselves because of mental health. And the most important thing we have now is each other. So if you have your children and you are struggling with lots of work, I suggest that you let them see that you are struggling. You share with them. Children are the most understanding when we let them. Children are the most creative when we let them. Children are the most frank and honest when we let them, okay? And they just want to see everyone around them happier, and themselves happier. So the message for today's video is basically give themselves opportunity to be themselves, all right? If there are tasks in school that teachers are setting, do not feel you have to replace the teacher. Let the child tell you, well, in school we do this way, or if there's no guidance, there's not a lesson online for you to follow, let them research. Okay, let them come up with the goods. And in my 7 years experience, I've always seen that they come up with the goods if you let them. There will be struggles at times. There will be, oh, I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do this. But if you make an incentive for them to learn, I'm not saying bribing points and pocket money, anything. An incentive, make them understand that whatever they're trying to learn, they are making a process of learning, and they will need that whichever area they go. And for us as adults, how do we keep ourselves sane? We share. I think sometimes we try to protect the children too much, in the sense that oh, they're just children. And now how can we explain this situation, even if they're just children? I think they need to understand, because they're not going to understand as adults, they will understand as children. As some parents reported on other situations, strike situations where the school was closed, and parents asked me, what do we say to kids? I said, well, tell them the truth. And kids would just come up with the most amazing and simple answers. Well, if they're striking for money, why doesn't the government give them more money then? They're not going to be terribly worried. Oh my God, the teachers will quit, I'm going to lose my teacher, etc. If you just present, well, they're striking because they want pay rise. What does that mean? More salary? Why doesn't the government do it? Well, that's the issue. I think they've asked, the government said no, and they said, well, we want a conversation, but we need to do this, a strike. So if you are struggling, go with your child and say, look, I'm struggling, I need you to raise your game and be more independent, for example. Or I need you to help me around the house. I need to show my kindness. I need you to show resilience with me. Make them part of your team. Make them work for themselves. Not in the sense, tidy up your bedroom, wash the dishes. Not only that, because these will give them a sense of belonging. And in this situation, belonging is the most important thing. Belonging in a family. If they have people can talk online, supervise them. We don't want them going online and being exposed to a hunting ground of danger. So do the things you would do when you send your child to play in the street. You will watch over your shoulder, settings on the computer or an electric gadget. If you have more than one child, but you only have one piece of equipment for them to do it, go around and, go around the house, give turns and tell them, okay, you had your turn, now why don't you wash the dishes today, tomorrow you wash the dishes, or help me with this, I will tell you some figures and you multiply them for me. Make them engage with life, and be not afraid of them telling you, I'm bored. Well, get a book, get a piece of paper and write a poem. Use your creativity. You need to get out of that boredom yourself, not me giving something to you. Read, research, get a book about something you really like, and annotate your favorite things, and we discuss and share with them. Make this experience positive as possible. And it's difficult for everyone. I'm not saying that in a space of, I'm not worried, or he doesn't have kids around him, lucky him. But after 5 weeks of lockdown here where I am, you realize that it is important, a social life, and it is important to keep connected somehow. And that sense of belonging, it's the birthplace of amazing things. But they need to look for that, and we need to respond. So make a presence and share, and that is the message. Every opportunity is a learning opportunity. Simple things, how do we clean things with the virus now? It's biology, They will go back to school, and when they look at living and non-living things, they're going to ask, what is a virus? If it doesn't follow the excretion, respiration, and all those 7 things a living organism actually does to be classified as a living organism. So they will discuss all those things, and they will see what practicalities in life that learning that they see in school have. And some of them might have a different take on life, and you will learn about your child. It is the most amazing thing. One thing that really made me aware of how important listening to the kids was my very first year as a teacher. I had a meeting with a parent who very emotionally said, you know my children, my child, more than I do. And I said, well, if you think that is because so you need to stop a little bit on other things and give him time and go with things and talk to whoever is around you if it's possible. I said an hour a week will make a huge difference. And this parent tried, and I'm not going to say it's the most amazing change I've seen, but there was something of sense of belonging more that child presented than before. So think about that. I will be talking about theories of learning a little bit more. I'll be talking about what I've observed when I remove myself from a situation in class, and children through struggle come up with the goods, but of course you are there if they really get stuck. And in times like this, we need to understand how powerful this new generation is in terms of if they put their will into action, they will achieve amazing things. So, see you soon. Namasteacher. Bye.